Looking for financial insights you can trust?
How do you protect yourself as an investor? What's the strategy?
I think it's really simple. I think you just want to be diversified in your portfolio.
The Payne family brings real-world experience to every conversation.
Well, I think that's the problem right now is, right, a lot of people that are close to retirement, they're taking so much risks. And if we do get a big sell-off, it could derail their retirement.
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Mamdani pushes for his Department of Community Safety. This mayor is reckless and does not know what he is doing. So it sounds cute. It sounds nice. Department of Community Safety. What he really means is, in some cases, social workers responding to calls involving people that are having a mental episode. It sounds great. It sounds wonderful. Mamdani says it frees up police officers to do police work. It sounds great. A noble idea. Excuse me, Mr. Mayor. What happens when that person in a mental episode, the whole thing goes left and turns violent? What happens then if a police officer is not on location? Well, that's exactly what happened. And the police in Queens, New York, were dealing with a young man, 22 years old, schizophrenic. They responded to the house, and at the end of the day, and the call came in that he was smashing glass up against the wall. And at the end of the day, the young man, it turned violent. He went to get a knife in the kitchen, and they were forced to shoot him. What would have happened if there were only social workers there? This is part of one of the officers, and now, of course, the NYPD is under fire. And this story gets worse, because wait until you hear what Mamdani did after this. This is actual body cam audio.
Baba, no! Hey, put the knife down! Put the knife down! Put the knife down! Put the knife down! Put the knife Move! Put the knife down! Put the knife down! Put the knife down!
And so the audio stops at the point of the shooting. You hear the officer, right? So Mamdani, what does this guy do? What does this clown do? He goes to the hospital and visits the young man and the young man's family. Now you hear the anxiety, the trauma in the officer's voice. Maybe he visited them, but I don't think so. He ran to the hospital to visit the young man. Now, yes, the young man is in crisis and needs help. But when you're the mayor, it's all about priorities. And so your priority, Mr. Mayor, was go visit this young man that had a knife. You see the knife in his hand in the video. And the mother is in between the officers and the young man. And you hear the trauma in the officer's voice. Move. He's telling the mother to move so that he can get a clean shot. Because the moment this young man picks up a knife, it's a different situation. So what was the social worker going to do in that situation, Mr. Department of Community Safety Mayor? This guy is an absolute disaster. Talking about another disaster, and we see your calls. We're about to begin with them live. 800-848-9222. But he actually goes, he calls for the district attorney not to prosecute charges against the young man, and goes to visit the young man. But what about the cops that are in trauma because they had to use potentially deadly force? Now, the good news is that the young man is alive. And the family's now saying, oh, we didn't want the police. We just wanted a medical transport for our son. Excuse me, family. Well, who's going to calm him down while he's breaking glass to say, excuse me, young man, you've got to go to the hospital. We're going to force you to take your medication. And he's going to get even more agitated. Who's going to be able to achieve that? No one. except for police officers. 800-848-9222. So you talk about putting your foot in your mouth at the Grammys. Billie Eilish, the 24-year-old who won Best Song and stood up and proclaimed to the world. This is what she had to say.
No one is illegal on stolen land. And yeah, it's just really hard to know what to say and what to do right now. And I feel really hopeful in this room, and I feel like we just need to keep fighting and speaking up and protesting, and our voices really do matter, and the people matter, and I say sorry.
And so there you have it. Very, very interesting situation. Before I start with your calls, very important that I do this part, because I say all the time, I don't understand anti-Semitism. I don't understand why anyone would hate on someone simply because they're Jewish. I don't get it. But with this mayor, the Yeshiva World News, anti-Semitic hate crimes have skyrocketed under Mamdani. No surprise there. In January, accounting for all the majority of all reported bias incidents, even as the NYPD cites historic declines in gun violence. Anti-Semitic incidents jumped 182% in January of 2026 compared with the same month a year ago. 31 anti-Jewish hate crimes in January, up from 11 in January of 2025, making Jews the most frequently targeted group by a wide margin. It's not even close. And Mamdani, you need to be ashamed of yourself, because the fact of the matter is you're anti-Semitic. You hide it, but you're anti-Semitic. You run to 770 Eastern Parkway when the guy drove the car into the door. You say the right things sometimes, but something has to give with this mayor.
If you're thinking about changing schools, why wait? At Manhattan University, love those guys. You don't have to start over. With transfer-friendly pathways, your credits count, and you keep moving forward. From day one, you're part of Jasper Nation, preparing for the real world. And with New York City just a train away, opportunity is everywhere. Ready to move forward without missing a step? Visit manhattan.edu/transfer and enroll today. Manhattan University. Don't start over, move forward.